Hello, good evening. I am back with a message which is about integration and what the settling of it in the body might feel like. Bear in mind that this is a collective reading, therefore I'm currently tapping into energies that stem from different people, like the pole here, like so different people, each as a pole, you know, and therefore I'm pulling from all of these poles and seeing where they intersect, right? So I'm only able to tap into and tune into the intersection of everybody's antenna. So that's why it's your job from there to see how this concentration of energy resonates in your field, right? Which string does it pull for you, right? So integration and the settling of it in the body. Yes, deeper in the body and deeper layers. What old tensions are being tickled by this settling in your body? Woo, thank you. So this was clear, and these I put aside for later. And integration, okay. All right, so the dust settling. So the dust. Okay, so the image that's coming is sweeping, all right? So it's as if the journey you've been on was to sweep the dirt off something. Let's see, the dirt off a boat, a boot. a boat. Okay, so that was your mission, and we'll use the boat later. Okay, so your mission was to sweep, and the image was with a broom with the dust. So if we transfer it now, if we use that similar energy and transfer it to the imagery of the boot now, we're going to use a cloth. So that's been your spiritual journey, to use a cloth in order to polish this boot and reveal the shine that was already there beforehand, right? So that's been your job. And in the process, some clogs fell to the ground, clogs of like sticky dust. So the dust here isn't like all fluffy, it's sticky. So like clots, like a blood clot, you know, like, so accumulation of rusty, sticky dust has fallen off to the side, and you've taken a look at what it was and all of that. You've kind of dissected it, and you understood something about the history of this boot. And this has been very interesting because it taught you so much, okay? Now you know where this boot has been and the people that went in and who's worn it and who did what with it and how these two people are interconnected in the end and how life is just one big interweb and, you know, all of that. Whoa, life is so cool. It is. But it's like all of that was in a way a distraction, because the real treat is when you yourself step into the boots, right? When you wear them and you're like, all right, boots, take me on. You know what I mean? So integration is actually the act of wearing the boots and knowing who you are inside the boots, yet accepting that they have a destination in mind too. And you can't know the destination. You can only trust that it's what you're meant to be doing. You as yourself, you're meant to be wearing these boots. And you keep on like wanting a confirmation and being like, are they really my boots? Like, am I wearing someone else's shoes? Like, does the Cinderella shoe fit me? Am I Cinderella? Or was I just trying to be Cinderella? You know, and faking it. And you know what, that like montage of feet trying to fit into the glass slipper, that, right? That energy. Well, the thing is, it doesn't matter if they're your shoes or not. What matters is that you find yourself inside of them. That's it. And you might take the boots off at some point and someone else is going to step into the boots and a whole other story is going to occur. The boots is magically going to have a new destination or like something else in mind, you know? So that's what integration is. It's the, and see, we can use my head with the shoe. Imagine that I'm like a tiny character here. I need like sticks. So there's like, there's a boot here. There's another boot here. Can you see the potato head? Oh, maybe potato head. Maybe potato head. Okay. I have pencils here. Okay. I'm potato head. And being silly is what it is. Yeah. Okay. See, I lost track. Damn it. Damn potato head. I got silly. And I think that's probably, I got silly because I needed to be silly and to shift the energy. And I really don't feel like using this deck right now because this is the deck I always use, the Psychic Tarot. So I'm just going to breathe a moment and reconnect to the energy of integration. Right, let's remember integration and the settling into the body. So integration. What is it like to be inside your body and to be aware that you're wearing a new pair of boots and they are very comfy and they are kind of shiny and they make you run faster because they light up on the side, you know? Woo! You're like a superhero in those boots. What is it like to wear those boots, you know? And maybe it's not about that. Maybe you wear them and all of a sudden it's like you're a cat and nobody can hear you in the night, you know? And you always land. You always land. You always land. Yeah. So you're sensing into what it's like to wear those boots. Yeah. And you breathe and you allow gravity to have your body sink into those new boots. And actually they're more stretchy than you thought they were. And oh, maybe after all that nail is kind of like rubbing against that other toe, or you're like sensing into, okay, but still they fit me. So there's like this negotiation of, yes, those boots were so cool. And then you backtrack. You're like, oh no, they're not. Like, oh no, I doubt. And am I gonna be able to walk in them? Like, I love my running shoes, you know. I'm so used to wearing my running shoes. Yeah. The ship. There's some sort of narwhal here, like with the twisty, pointy horn. The flag reminds me of a scarf right now. You know? So what other outfit do you want to put on with those new boots? That's a question Spirit is asking. Not in a superficial kind of way, more in a dress the part kind of way, and own it kind of way, you know? What is it that boosts your confidence? Boosts the boots. Huh? What is it that boosts the boots? Yeah, what is it? What is it? What is that? So having fun with that, being playful with that. Okay, let's see quickly just the, yes, clarity piercing through the fog here. Kind of being done with the looping around and just now like focusing on one center, the heart center, and like walking from there for this. I think all of 2026 I'm gonna feed into, well, not yet because the Chinese New Year's not here yet, but almost, you know. February 17th, I'm looking forward to tapping into the energy of the fire horse. So I think for a while, this card is gonna bring that up for me until I guess I have the fire horse energy inside my cells and I don't need to understand it anymore and I can just go with it and run with it. You know, I'm moving on is the words here. Yeah. I'm in the process of moving on personally in my own life. So that's probably why too I'm able to gain access to that concentration of energy here. I used to be trapped in fear for sure. I always knew the light was there, but I was aware that I just didn't have the strength or the tools yet, or just the motivation. Like I was still not wanting to get out, even though I knew the sun was bright. I was still like, oh, someone help me. Like I didn't have like something in me. I mean, I did because I kept going, but not enough. It was always exploring the edges of my cage, you know, always exploring the edges of my cage. And now, this process of moving on is bringing about an energy of accelerated motion. But as you can see here, the accelerated motion is still being witnessed rather than being lived. So there is still accelerated, it's like the system is still getting used to the idea of accelerated motion, because otherwise it's just too great a force. It gives you vertigo, or just like, you know, not liking roller coasters anymore. You're like, I haven't like done that kind of stuff since I was a teen, and oh, I just want to puke thinking. I want to puke just thinking about it, you know? So the system still needs to adjust to that forward momentum, to that level of effects, like efficiency. I'm hearing, like I was gonna say effectiveness. It's like cutting through the bullshit in a way. And there's a precision in it that's like really good, really juicy. And that's like, life, you know? You're like, fuck yeah. I'm so sorry for using the F word on camera, but it's like, yes, that juicy, like that's like my string, you know? The pole I was referring to at the beginning, that's like, that's mine, and I'm meant to like be swirling around that pole right now. It's like my life, it's this incarnation. I wanted to experience exactly that stream of consciousness. And that stream of consciousness may have different outward expressions. And so far you're getting used to the feeling of it, and slowly but surely you're allowing yourself to have that ripple out into unexpected outward forms, right? That take you out of this cage. But now you're working together. You're also out of this cage already. You're just not too far from it, but you've taken yourself out. You have. But sometimes you go back in, you know, because you know that at some point you won't be able to return to this cage. I'm tapping it. You won't be able, because when this takes over you, you know, it's not going to be spectacular. It's not going to explode into fireworks. It's simply going to, it's like the sword again, you know, give you a focus that is so undeniable that you're going to want to give 100% of you to the moment. And that is not always what you think it is. Giving 100% of you is not how you think it is. Yeah. Is there something else? All right, that was pretty cool. I thank you for being here, for tuning into this video. I appreciate your presence. I shall say until next time. Mwah! Bye. Take care.